Good morning. It's great to have you here with us. We are taking a journey this morning, actually starting a fabulous journey into the experience of abundance. Abundance, opening to that greater goodness that divine love wants to bring into our lives. As you experience this journey with us, I invite you to touch your heart, to know that magnificent spiritual being that you are. And we are so grateful that you've joined us.
In this moment, in this place, in the stillness of our open hearts, we have come to share the presence of the God within and to hold a sacred space. In this moment, at this time, where we feel the oneness of all. We have come here to build a sanctuary of love in this moment, in this place, in this moment, in this place. Good morning and welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek. Please remain seated and join me in singing our opening song, Give Yourself to Love. Kind friends all gathered round, there's something I would say. It brings us here together, it has blessed us all today. Love has made a circle that holds us all inside, where strangers are his family and love is divine. You must give yourself to love if love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Walk these mountains in the rain and learn to love the wind. Been up before the sunrise to watch the day begin. I always knew I'd find you, though I never did know how. Like sunshine on a cloudy day, you stand before me now. So give yourself to love, if love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love.
Give yourself to love and give a thank you to our song leader, Steve Pulliam. And let us acknowledge our guest artist today, Jabari. And backed up, as usual, by our own house band, Fusion. With Dave at the piano today. Would you join me also in turning to the cameras, and let's give a shout out to our friends at home, okay? Hey! Thanks for being with us. Your presence is always delightful and adds so much to our service. Good morning. My name is Sheila Gautreaux, and I'm one of your ministers here at Unity of Walnut Creek. It is my pleasure to welcome you and to get a chance to play in this wonderful sandbox called Unity of Walnut Creek. If you are new to Unity, I offer a very special welcome. This morning, I received a text from my daughter with a wonderful quote, and I'd like to share that with you. The quote said, and she got it from a televangelist, it said, "Stop saying what you see, start saying what God sees." And that's what Unity does. Unity, through its messages, through its principles, through its classes and other teachings, supports us in seeing the goodness of God in everything, every aspect of our lives, no matter what it is. And Unity also recognizes the one presence and the one power in the universe. However, we honor absolutely every path to that one presence and that one power. We are grounded in everything that we do by the power of affirmative prayer. It's the yes action of the mind. And so we say yes to God in our prayers by affirming the truth of everything. I'd like you to have an experience of that this morning if you're willing, so I invite you to join me in our opening prayer statement. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Let's take that in. Breathe it in. Breathe it in through the heart. Let it permeate the very cells of our bodies. And again, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. So let's take it in even more deeply. Down into the very fiber of our being, and then allow it to extend from us, filling the sanctuary up completely with the power of this truth. And once more, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. And as it fills us, we allow it to spill over into our lives, into our communities, throughout the world, over the mountains and across the seas, touching every heart that beats. And we hold this truth to be self-evident. And so it is. And together we say, Amen. Please remain seated and join our song leader, Steve Pulliam, in singing, "Pour Yourself in Me."
Pour yourself in me, pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, pour your joy in me, pour your joy into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, pour your love in me, pour your love into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, shine your light in me, shine your light into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, king and down in me, sing your song into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, dance and sing in me, dance and sing into my heart. Oh,
Good morning. All right, take that deep breath through your heart. Oh, and just as you let it out, let go, as we move into our time of prayer and meditation together. Now, so often, I know it means so much to my heart to be able to be here in the midst of all of you as we pray together. And part of that is, as that person beside you is going in and making that connection, that beautiful consciousness flows out from them, and it makes it easier for each one of us to find that way in. And as you touch that in yourself, makes it easier for others. And as we hold that place together, we invite the world to find its way into that place of connection with us. So as we head within, let the music be part of that invitation to the very center of your heart.
Love, 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 flowing through my heart, filling me up and making me strong as nothing else can do. Love, 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 flowing from my heart, filling me up and making me strong as nothing else can do.
This love flowing from our hearts. For we understand that God is love. And so divine love, we reach into our heart and make this connection with you. We let this love release the concerns of mind, the things of the morning and of the week that is past. As gently we let go to experience your presence ever more deeply, to awaken to see your presence. How easy it is to find you in morning sunshine, in trees and flowers and morning breeze. To find you in the smiles of friends, in that quiet space that calls to us as we enter this sacred place. For you are this presence that we breathe and that breathes us. You are this love that we feel and that loves through us. You are the peace that fills our hearts, that calls to us to come apart from the world for a moment and to remember that true, beautiful purpose of life itself. You are this peace. And so we follow your direction. We gently let that peace fill our minds so that they still. We let that stillness fill our world of feeling as we enter into your peace. And we follow this direction that was given by the Master when he said, "Peace, be still." Entering that sacred stillness. Peace, be still. beloved presence. We're so grateful to rest in this love, this beautiful love that fills our hearts in this room, that fills our lives. And in this experience of your presence as love, we make this choice to radiate this, to send it forth that it might transform all that it touches. And we begin by sending this divine presence, your presence, as pure, radiant love into our bodies, to every cell, to every system and organ. To fill and call forth the highest purpose, to bring forth vibrant, radiant wholeness, to fill us with a vitality and radiant life. And we send this beautiful love to mind and heart, that we might grow in wisdom, in understanding, to know with clarity each step before us. We send this radiant love to all who are dear to us. We surround each one, lifting, blessing, strengthening, healing, calling forth the very highest within them. And we send this love across the spiritual community, touching the heart of every single person and all who are part of their family and their world. We embrace every prayer request brought here, for we know with each, you are enfolded in divine love and lifted to that which is the highest. And this love flows through our hearts, goes out across the communities in which we live, across our nation and on to touch and bless the peoples of the world, to call forth peace and wisdom from all people. And this love, we send it to all who join us in prayer, whether in mosque or synagogue, temple or church, whether gathered at home or on the hillsides. For in seeking to know you, we are all one. And this radiant love flows forth from our hearts. We send it to this beautiful earth. It blesses and brings forth harmony and balance in all her systems, bringing rain where it is dry, bringing calm where there is storm, bringing blessing to her creatures. And this love flows through our hearts. We send it about the earth so that it touch the heart of every single person in the earth. For beloved presence, you are that love in every heart. And in this love, we are one. Divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. Please join me. Divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. again. Divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. And once again, divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world.
Filling me up and making me strong as nothing else can do.
And it is so here now in the presence of that deep and beautiful peace that dwells in each heart. Amen.
When I am down and hold my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You lift me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be. On stormy seas, I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on can be.
Good morning. I am Julie Choate, and it's my pleasure to help out this morning and highlight some upcoming events. And we're delighted to have Matthew Fox, world-renowned theologian and author, at Unity the second Sunday in June. Matthew will have an afternoon workshop speaking about the divine feminine and sacred masculine, and will be speaking at the 9:30 and 11:30 service about the future of religion. Join our men's group for Tacos del Sol on the last Saturday in June. This is a fun-filled evening. Trust me, it is. With dancing to DJ old school, eating authentic tacos, and visiting with your Unity friends. Tickets will be available on the patio. The details of these and other events and activities are available online and in the bulletin. And now, until you hear the gong, please take a short moment and greet the people immediately around you.
Please remain standing and join me in singing our next song, Joy in My Heart. I have the joy, 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 joy down in my heart, down in my heart, down in my heart. I have the joy, 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 joy down in my heart, down in my heart today. I have the peace that passes understanding down in my heart, down in my heart, down in my heart. I have the peace that passes understanding down in my heart, down in my heart today. Oh, I'm so happy, so very happy. I feel love of spirit in my heart. Yes, I'm so happy, so very happy. I can feel love of spirit in my heart. I have the joy, 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 joy down in my heart, down in my heart, down in my heart. I have the joy, 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 joy down in my heart, down in my heart today, down in my heart today, down in my heart today.
I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. You get your fill to eat, but never lose that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. Know that God's love will never leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance. Never settle for the path of least resistance. True living means taking chances, but they're worth taking. Love's who you really are, soon there'll be no mistaking. Don't let those growing pains leave you bitter. When close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than a passing glance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. When one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I know we'll dance. Hey, I know we'll dance. Hey, see, we'll join hands and dance. Be courageous, give love a chance. We'll know we're in a dream. There's no such thing as us versus them. With the awareness of the dream in each one's awakening. When we guess what? We wake up and we dance.
Thank you, Jabari. Ooh. Let's dance. Oh, yeah, it's the waking up and dancing. That's the secret, isn't it? In the past weeks, I felt God had to take us back and begin to remember some of those very core ways of attunement that really connect us into this spiritual self and support us on this amazing journey of awakening and getting to experience what the dance is really about. The in-breath of God, that filling ourselves with this beautiful presence of the divine as love until it overflows and leaves us in this place of beautiful wholeness. And that other part, the out-breath of God, the letting go until we come into complete stillness. Peace, be still. And as I've looked at these, I've understood that one of the reasons these things are so important to us is that we're really at a time when change is so powerful from within us as well as all around us that we keep running into the parts of ourselves that are not yet enlightened. Those parts of ourselves that we carry both from our own journeys and as a part of humankind, where there is fear, where there's limitation, where there is the hurt that still limits our experience of that divine goodness. And when that happens, I realize there's a real desire within us to move beyond that. And that desire is really that experience of the soul saying, in this situation, bring me to that greater love. Let it fill me. Let it take me beyond this. So one of the things that we understand in unity is that there is a beautiful set of spiritual principles that we use to open to that greater love, that we use to open to that flow. In addition to these very core practices, there is an understanding that we have this capacity to always open to greater abundance. And abundance is our ability to receive that goodness, to let it flow into our lives, to let it touch us, whether the abundance is in relationship and in those connections that are most meaningful to us and the quality that's there, or whether it's into the body as health and vitality, or into our world as the finances, to do that which we're here to be about. So many different ways, from the outer to the inner, that we experience abundance. So I wanted to journey through those principles, those practices with you. And so I thought I'd start with the hard one. Seem fair? Yeah, get it out of the way. Okay. Now this is the one that comes from the question, what are you doing here? Now, I don't mean here at Unity of Walnut Creek. I mean, what are you doing here in this earth experience? Can you imagine? Here you are, this child of God, this soul, this part of infinity, and you decided, with the universes available, to drop into planet Earth and do the human thing. Why in the world would you do that? Again, yeah. Sometimes I really wondered if it's just not that I'm a slow learner. But and the truth is, there are some marvelous things about this journey through humankind. There are wonderful reasons to come in and do it. One is to just touch the divine as this beautiful creation. I mean, you look at everything from a flower to a mountain range to the ocean and the creatures that are here, and you go, wow, what a way to experience this, the Creator expressing as a creation. Wow. So I can see playing with that. And of course, we have the wonderful people that we run into. Some of them are that part of wonderful that is, how do we say it? Inviting us to grow. And some of them are that part of wonderful that makes growing so good. But we get to play with it, so I understand. Now, we're in this very strange time thing here, where time is linear, and we in fact know that's not the real nature of time, but that's the way we play with it here. And so we get to learn things, and we get to practice being co-creators. So this learning and growing thing is a real part, because what we're trying to figure out is, what's my purpose? What am I here? Because what we know is that the more I am aligned to my purpose, the more I am in tune with what I'm here for and what I'm about, the more enthusiastically the universe can pour its good into my life. Because we came in, and it's a setup. Everything you need to accomplish what you came in for is already given. All we've got to do is open and let it in. So the more that we're tuned with that, the more our hearts are full, and in that fullness of, wow, the good comes in and blesses us. And that's where our awareness is, not on that fear and the stuff that's coming up, because it's taking us into that new state of consciousness. And that's fun. Now, in the experience of purpose, and what our purpose is for being here, we certainly have that part of purpose that is the learning and growing. Okay, and we know that. And basically, you can't get out of it. You know, it's going to happen. Our life experiences take place. They take place by the laws of consciousness. So we're going to learn and grow. We can enjoy it or complain, but we're going to learn and grow. But there's another part. And this part becomes very meaningful to us. We didn't just come here to get. We didn't just come here to grow. One of the amazing things about this divine intelligence, it is tremendously efficient. So with all these co-creators dropping in to play this game together, we also came here to give. We came here at this time in the unfolding of human consciousness to be a part of lifting that consciousness to a higher level. Every one of us. Now, that looks very different, but knowing it becomes important. One of the great teachers of abundance, she's a friend, and I just constantly enjoy her wisdom, Edwene Gaines. She gets in, she mentions this children of God thing. Now you know that child of God thing. We work with that all the time. So she starts out, we are children of God, but children eventually grow up. Ooh. Children eventually grow up, and the evolving and advancing you will do when you begin to live according to your divine purpose is part of that growing up. So it's how we move from that child consciousness into that mature, creative, co-creative being that we are, each of us as spiritual beings. It's part of our spiritual growing up that we came here to do. Now, fortunately, she got a great clue on how to figure that out. She said, God has given us an inner guidance system to help us find our divine purpose. It is the part of us that feels joy. Now, that's pretty good news. The part of us that feels joy. It's that part of us that when we're with that purpose, it makes our heart sing. Okay, that part, that giving, that thing that starts to happen through us. And our hearts open. We go, wow, that's what I came here to do. Now, I've had the gift of looking back at many, many different people's lives, and there's one that I treasure. This is a wonderful woman. Her name is Reverend Mary Wessel. And I shared an experience with you some time ago of when she was over 100, of my stepping into her room and seeing the spiritual energy that flowed from her out and through her prayer. But I think of her whole life and how purpose worked through her. Now, she came to Montana. Let's see, she was 107 or 5, I'm not sure which, when I met her. And that was about at least 20 years ago. So when you're that old and you came to Montana as a young woman, you're going to have to do the math. Okay, but it's a while ago. And now we're in California, so I understand that you may not understand what we're talking about when we say Montana. Now, I want you to know, I have been in a traffic jam in Montana, and I was the only four-wheel vehicle on the road. Everything else had 4 legs. Okay, so when we're talking about Montana, we're talking about a little different culture than we got here in California. Okay, and then you'd go back 100 years. This woman comes in. Now, she came in, young woman, family, had her children, and while her children are still young, she comes down with terminal illness. So here she is about to lose her life when she's there with her young children. And she got a hold of some literature. You know, one of those written things. Back there, they used to do mail and that sort of thing. And it was published by Unity. And it talked about how we could take this spiritual power and through the power of prayer, direct it into the cells of our body and heal our bodies. And so she went to work with that. And she was able to heal herself of that disease, whatever that was. And that was very exciting to her. And then she had friends around that had struggles, and so she'd share with them because she loved people. And so she'd share with them about what she'd learned and how she did it, and they'd get excited and begin to impact their lives. And what would happen is, you know, they'd send a letter days later. Somebody get it, sent it up to somebody in Great Falls, Montana. Somebody up there said, "Wow, I want to learn this. Would you come up?" And so she'd get on the train, and she went up, and now she began actually traveling around the cities of Montana where there were groups that would get together to learn from her, and they eventually became a number of Unity churches in Montana, one of which I had the gift of serving in many years later. And Mary was on purpose for what was her purpose in her life at that point. Now, when you're on purpose, the universe is committed to your achieving your purpose. Okay, Mary's on that train. She's going along. And this guy sits down beside her, and they're talking there on the train. And the guy asks her about her life and what she's doing. And she's sharing about how she goes, and she helps these people and helps them learn to pray and work with their spiritual self and awaken. And he says, "Oh, that's wonderful." He says, "Here, I have something for you. Here's a lifetime pass for the railroad, so you can keep doing that." He was the president of the railroad. Okay, now, folks, you don't plan that stuff. It is a conspiracy, and God is on your side. But it's real hard to support us when we're wandering off in the other direction. So being willing to be on purpose is a part of opening to that greater goodness. Because in our growing up spiritually, what we are learning to do is become co-creators. Co-creators of this divine energy and presence. That invitation to that place that Jesus acknowledged. Is it not written in your law, I have said you are God's? That divine presence creating. The kingdom of God is within you. All that power, that wisdom within us. I have come that you might have life, and that you may have it abundantly. As we connect with that, we open to this abundance flowing through. And as we get on purpose, we open wider. Now, how do we do it? Figure out that purpose thing. Well, we know the one, the learning and growing. But I find the other one can be a bit of a challenge. What's my giving? What's creating through me? Edwene makes a suggestion on that. She says, I encourage you to get out of the daily grind. Take a little time in solitude and really reimagine yourself and your life. You must turn within and try to listen to that which you long to do. Listen to that which you long to do. To the yearnings of your soul. It's there, it's you. Now it looks different for all of us. That way that we give, what we're creating. Mary's was, well, first it was being a mom. And then it was finding how to heal. And then it was sharing that. And then she was starting churches. And then she was sitting up in a room in prayer. Looked different. But it was purpose again and again. I remember one time when I did what Edwene suggested there. I sat down and took a look at, well, the way I did it was, I imagined I was at the end of my life. And I imagined if I kept doing the things I'm doing right now for the rest of my life, how would it feel at the end of my life? Now, the truth is, there were some things in my life that felt wonderful. It made my heart sing, and to be true to that which was in my life would be beautiful. And there was some that at the end of my life I would have gone, so what? And that so what was getting an awful lot of my time. So it's worthwhile. Now, just from my own experience, I'm going to caution you, if you really don't want to face changing careers and other things in your life, don't do this. If you're open to change, it's okay. Because what happens is we get that chance to see what's meaningful to me. What's the desires of your soul? And it looks so different. And yet, when somebody's on purpose, their life touches you, you know it. Listening to Jabari sing. Yeah. Linda's cooking with kids. There's so many ways. And we have people here who express their purpose to all of us in magnificent ways. But the real question is, what's yours? So take that time, if you would. Maybe we're going to journey through a number of very, very meaningful ways of opening and attuning ourselves to this divine love and care to flow into our lives, to provide for us, to nurture that which we are creating. And let us touch the beauty and the goodness through life's abundance. So if you, this week, in that daily time when you sit down and you take a moment, open to understand your purpose. Joyfully, I understand my purpose. Just a thought to open the door. Just one of those prayers that says, yes, I am. Joyfully, I understand my purpose. Join me. Joyfully, I understand my purpose. It's being open, knowing that it's already given. Again, joyfully, I understand my purpose. And it is joyful. And it is so beautiful to experience it, to be touched by it. And sometimes it takes a really big breath to take that first step. But once you begin to understand, that first step is a joy. Once again, joyfully I understand my purpose. You came here to bless. You came here to leave this world with a greater consciousness, in greater wholeness, in greater goodness than when you entered. For being willing to be true to that beautiful purpose of your soul. Thank you.
What joyful purpose, just being here today. Thank you, David. I ask everyone to take a connection card from the seat pocket that you can find in front of you. And let's invite everyone to take a moment and fill out this card. And with the card, we can each request prayer support for something or someone in our lives. In addition, our heart ministers are available after the service for that wonderful experience of personal prayer support. They are the ones with lavender stoles. Prayer requests can also be sent anytime through our website. Our spiritual focus this week is joyfully I understand my purpose. The ushers will receive your card with the offering toward the end of the music. And it's time now for our prosperity celebration. For credit card donations, there are envelopes on the clipboards in the back of each chair, or for those of you at home, just click on the donate button on the Watch Live page. Unity's co-founder, Charles Fillmore, taught that praise and thanksgiving impart the quickening spiritual power that produces growth and increase in all things. And now I invite you to take your tithe or offering in your hand and be aware that God is the source of all your good. Repeat our affirmation with me together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I'm so grateful.
In this life I will be loved day and night. In this life I will be loved day and night. In this life I will be loved day and night. Got a feeling, ooh, in this life we will be loved day and night. In this life we will be loved day and night. Every life we will be loved day and night. This very life Let's live it up. I got God's love. Let's give it up. Go out and send it. Like, oh my God. Jump off the sofa. Let's get off. I know that we'll have a ball if we get down and go up and just love them all. I feel best now. I wanna just go. Let's spiral up, sing it out, and surrender it all. Fill up my heart. Mazel tov. Look at us dancing. Here we drop off. Let's paint the town. Let's shut it down. Let's raise the roof. Next life we'll do it again. Let's do it. 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 Do it. Do it up. Let's do it. Let's do it. 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 I got a feeling. Life I will be loved day and night. In this life I will be loved day and night. Every life I will be loved day and night. I'm feeling. In this life we will be loved day and night. In this life we will be loved day and night. This life we will be loved day and night. Here we come, here we go, we gotta rock. Feel our God, easy go, now we on top. Feel our God, heart will rock, round and round, up and down, round the clock. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Saturday to Sunday. Get with us, you know what we say. Love party every day. Love party every day, got a feeling. In this life we will be loved day and night. In this life we will be loved day and night. In this life we will be loved day and night. Got a feeling. In this life we will be loved day and night. In this life we will be loved day and night. In this life we will be loved day and night. Got a feeling. Ooh. Marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God. Light of God. We are marching, marching. We are marching, marching. We are marching in the light of God. Light of God. We are marching, marching. We are marching. Marching, we are marching in the light of God.
Okay, so embrace these beautiful beings, and we embrace our big kids that aren't here as well, and hold them all in our hearts, and let's share a blessing together. Children, you are loved, special, and important. The light of God shines through you. Let's take hands and share together our prayer of protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God and
are the love and the light and the peace in the earth right now. So let it shine and have fun.
In this life I will be loved day and night. In this life I will be loved day and night. Every life I will be loved day and night. I'm feeling, ooh, ooh. Every life we will be loved day and night. Every life we will be loved day and night. Every life we will be. Got a feeling. Ooh, ooh, every life, this life, every life to come, every life will be light and peace and joy. I got a feeling, you got a feeling,